The Battle of Nicopolis took place on 25 September 1396 and resulted in the rout of an allied Crusader army at the hands of an Ottoman force, raising the siege of the Danubian fortress of Nicopolis and leading to the end of the Second Bulgarian Empire. It's often referred to as the Crusade of Nicopolis, as it was one of the last big crusaders of the Middle Ages, together with the Crusade of Varna in 1443-1444. By their victory at Nicopolis, the Turks discouraged the formation of European coalitions against them. They maintained their pressure of Constantinople, tightened their control over the Balkans, and became a greater threat to Central Europe. From France, it was said about 5,000 knights and squires joined and were accompanied by 6,000 archers and foot soldiers drawn from the best volunteer and mercenary companies, totaling some 11,000 men. Next in importance were the Knights Hospitalier of Rhodes, who were the standard bearers of Christianity in the Levant since the decline of Constantinople and Cyprus. Venice supplied a naval fleet for supporting action, while Hungarian envoys encouraged German princes of the Rhineland, Bavaria, Saxony, and other parts of the empire to join. French heralds had proclaimed the Crusade in Poland, Bohemia, Navarre, and Spain, from which individuals came to join. At daybreak on 25 September, the combatants began to organize themselves under the banners of their leaders. At this point, Sigismund sent his Grand Marshal to Nevers to report that his scouts had sighted the Turkish vanguard and asked for the offensive to be postponed for 2 hours, when his scouts would have returned with intelligence as to the numbers and disposition of the enemy. Nevers summoned a hasty council of advisers in which Coucy and Jean to win, Admiral of France and the eldest French knight on the crusade, advised obeying the wishes of the Hungarian king, which seemed wise to them. On 13 February 1397, Coucy, ill and perhaps suffering from battle wounds, died. Released on their one accord to seek funds in the Levant, Boucicaut and Jouy de Trumau reached Troyes, where the Trimoul fell ill and died around Easter. French negotiators in the Sultan's court finally reached agreement on a ransom of 200,000 gold florins in June. Comte d'O died on 15 June, arriving in Venice in October after stopping in various islands to recover and borrow money. The financial transactions required to both provide the ransom and pay for the travel arrangements and living expenses of the noble were tremendously complicated. The last of the Crusade leaders, along with 7 or 8 other knights, re-entered France in February 1398. They were greeted by minstrels, parties and parades as they journeyed across the kingdom through Dutchman notes. Their receptions probably represented not so much popular enthusiasm as organized joy in which the 14th century excelled.